6TR, the bright side of Staffordshire.
So it is 6TR on a Friday afternoon. Terry Boston's show. Me and Lucas entertaining you till 3 o'clock. And we've got a very special guest right now on the telephone. Hello to Billy Bibby. Hello there.
Hey mate, you alright?
We good. We've got Lucas in the studio as well, if you want to say hello to Lucas.
Hey bud.
Hello mate, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad, but cheers.
First of all, let's talk about Stoke. You played up here at the Underground only a few weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, not too long ago. On our first tour as a band together, and yeah, it went really well. It was probably one of the better ones, actually. Not just saying that because I'm on the radio there and stuff, but no, it was actually one of the better ones. We had a few crowd surfers and that, so so yeah, no, it was a really good gig.
Any opportunity in Stoke for do some crowd surfing, they're up for it, man. They're up for it. But yeah, I didn't go, but I heard about it because Ryan Dooley, we just played a minute ago, was supporting you, formerly of All the Young.
Yeah, good man. He's a good man.
He is indeed. So you got an EP promote. It's called Bide Your Time. Is that a message in the title of the EP?
Not as such. No, it's from a line in a song that I haven't actually released yet. But I just liked the line in the song, and I just thought in a way it kind of breaks people into the song when I do release it, as they're obviously going to recognise the lyrics in that. And yeah, I just thought it was pretty suitable for, like I've mentioned on a few interviews before, that it's kind of, in the music industry, sometimes you have to, just be patient with things, like things don't happen straight away. And yeah, I thought it was just an apt name to call the first EP, really. Yeah.
And the lead single's called Don't Fall. We're going to play that in a minute or two, but you shot a video for that as well.
Yeah, I did that myself actually, in the own little on my laptop on Movie Maker. So yeah, I just said to all the lads, when we go on tour, try and get as much footage as you can, and then hopefully it'll make for a good video afterwards for Don't Fall. And yeah, it looks alright, and it just gives people an insight to obviously the band and stuff, because we're relatively new as a band together. So just thought the best way to get that across is for people to see what happened on the first tour, really. So, yeah.
I love those behind-the-scenes type videos there, where you're going to sound checks and things like that, and you're recording in the van. I love that sort of footage.
Yeah, the shot to the notepad on the lap.
Yeah.
I think they're the best ones, and any excuse to make it quite easy, really. I mean, the videos when you stood around taking the same shot of the live performance over and over again are pretty boring, so so to do something like that is nice and easy, really.
We mentioned last week we were talking to Kyle from The View, and we said that we were talking to him at soundcheck, that sort of time, and we like that sort of behind the curtain sort of stuff that you don't hear a lot about, what people do when they're soundchecking. We spoke to another band called the Olesk, and they said they were doing like a Keep You Up record, because you're stuck for hours before you actually go on stage, aren't you?
Yeah, that's probably the worst bit, really, just waiting around for hours before the gig. But yeah, like we a lot of us like football, so we always take a football on tour with us, and do stuff like Keep You Up challenge and what have you. So yeah, that keeps you entertained for a bit. But actually, we started playing inside in the Underground in Stoke, and the guy told us to stop playing, so that was a bit annoying. But
what a killjoy. We remember him.
Yeah, killjoy, yeah.
That's something I'm going to tell every band to do now. When they said they're going to play the Underground, I'm going to say they love you to take a football inside and kick it around.
Don't mention me, though.
I won't. I won't.
I was back.
No. Tell us about the band then, the Wry Smiles. You're guys from Wales. How did you hook up?
Yeah, well, actually, the band itself, two of them are from Chester, and one's from Wrexham, and yeah, it was just basically by chance, really. A friend of a friend knows Simon Jones, the bass player of the Verve, and she just mentioned me to him, and he said, "Oh, time to give me a ring." So give him a ring. Didn't know what he really wanted to talk about, but I just said, I'm looking to get a band together. Do you know any musicians? And obviously he did. So we got a few auditions set up in his studio, and then a few weeks later we had the right people, well, that I thought were the right people at the time, and they still are. And so we rehearsed the the set a few times, got it tight, and then we were ready for touring. And now we've just finished our first UK tour. So within the space of like 4 or 5 months, it's all happened pretty quickly and gone really well. So yeah, it's all looking good.
Yeah, definitely. And we can't help but mention Catfish and The Bottlemen, because of course you were a member of the original band, but only in the respect that you've mentioned touring quite a lot, and I know you've got a lot of gigs coming up, and that was something that you did with Catfish, was a lot of gigs. I can remember in Stoke you'd play the Full Moon, a couple of months later you'd be at the Underground, you'd be at the Sugar Mill, you'd be at the Exchange. You were constantly touring all the time. Is that something that's an ethic that you brought to the band as well, and you said that this is what you want to do?
Yeah, I think a lot of bands get in it and they enjoy doing the gigs at first, and then sometimes it can, they're like, oh, we'll just do weekends and stuff like that, or we'll just do, a few gigs a month and stuff, which is fine, if you want it as a hobby, but like, obviously, I still treat it as a full-time job, and I said to the lads before they came in, I'm going to be planning some big tours and stuff, so if you're up for it, then great. Then the lads were in the same boat as me. They want it as much as me. So the same ethic as we had with Catfish applies to this. So just trying to keep as busy as possible, really. Yeah,
because that's one thing that happens with bands, isn't it? Because of work or relationships, something like that, they end up just falling to the wayside because they physically can't just keep going out and tour. And you've got to get out of your own city. You've got to go all around the country and get your name out.
It's totally understandable that people have got jobs and stuff and that, and I'm not knocking any people that want to do it like as a hobby, but obviously, like I said, we want this to be full time forever. So I think you do have to. There is a point where you have to sort of make that sacrifice. Yeah. And obviously, knowing that I've done it with Catfish before, it's not just the dream. I know it can happen. So so definitely that's the way we're working again.
So after the EP is released and you've done a few more gigs, are you working towards getting an album out this year, or is that something that's going to happen maybe a bit later after?
I don't think it'll happen this year, no. Like I said, we're just keeping patient and just trying to build up this fan base, because there's going to be a few people that obviously Catfish jump on board, and which is great, which is fine, but obviously I need to build up a following as well of my own, so that's one of the main things we need to do first, and then just keep bringing out stuff to keep people entertained, single, another EP at the back end of the year, and then obviously try and get as much festivals, but in terms of album-wise, I can't see that happening until next year or even the year after, so not rushing that at all.
Bide your time.
That's it. That's what it's about, mate.
Yeah. And I think it's a totally different sound than Catfish. Is this more the music you're playing now? Is this more your thing, do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything forced that way. It's just the fact that we're different songwriters, and I absolutely loved what we did with Catfish. That was my thing really, as well. But as soon as I started writing my own stuff, it just took a slightly different direction. So, I love what we're doing now, and it just takes that natural progression, and it's slightly different because of the way we write songs, really. Yeah. But obviously, I love both. Both the same, really.
Brilliant. Well, you've got a lot of gigs and festivals coming up over the summer. And you can find you on social media. We just tweeted about you, and you're on Facebook as well. But we're going to play Don't Fall now, but we'd love you to introduce it, and thank you very much for coming on the show. We'd love to have you back to do a session maybe one time.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely will come down. Yeah, definitely, mate. I'd love to.
Okay, so introduce the song then.
All right, this is Don't Fall by Billy Bibby and the Wry Smiles. Enjoy.